Hello, we have the NTX here. I think some people call it like the Alex funnel type or whatever, but I don't know exactly what the if there's any if it even has like an actual name, right? And besides the designation being NTX, but yeah, there's the description, and we got our weapons here. You have the NTX machine gun, which I've heard that this apparently is supposed to be it uses a beam rifle, but I don't know why they changed it, but who knows? You get the NTX beam saber times not times two, just one beam saber. Which, by the way, melee 2 priority. And yeah, I have actually played some matches with this, and I'll let that be known how I feel about it later on. But hey, we have the head mounted Vulcans as well. Um, Good damage, nice ammo. Hope it fires fast. We have the arm mounted beam launcher. I guess and you don't have a Gatling, so you just get beams instead. You have the wired Psychomu bit times 2 discharge, and you have the ability to link the. If you guys are familiar with the High New Gundam, where you can link to your friends, you can give your funnels to friends. This thing kind of gives it to itself, only itself though. And the NTX shield, considerably large size shield with 3,000 health. And for skills, you have high performance radar level 2, you have anti stealth level 1, observational data link level 1. Frontline support system level 1, high performance aerospace gimbal level 2, leg shock is over level 3, anti blast stabilizer, which is interesting for this suit to have, like for support as well. High performance balancers level 1, nice to have balancers. High spec and back level 2, Psychomu weapon buffer, that is 30% less damage when you're attacked when you're not using your Psychomu weapons. And special back out on buffer level 2 reduces HP loss by 15% when you get hit there. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this suit now. And like I said, I've played some matches with this. I think if you saw there 3 matches, it is another funnel suit for 500. I believe the only other ones we have besides spacesuits, like the whatchamacallit, the Bishop, we have the Incom suit, the Engage suit, right? And yeah, let's go ahead and see what this machine gun can do. I believe you can just hold down to fire it. And that is not good stun accumulation. You'll just barely get half with all of the machine gun fire there. Not good. If you're looking for a stun, yeah, you're not going to get one. Unless you're just firing everything at this guy, right, with other teammates. I mean, it's good for just dumping some damage in, right? So there's that. Beam Saber, you only have one melee swing, but should do you fine. You can clash with generals, most generals, I should say. Obviously, raids are a different story, unless it's the Nightseeker V-type, right? And the downswing, I believe, should be a thrusting downswing. Yeah, there we go. You can fit in another one if you really want to. Oh, I was too slow on that one, but you know what it is. The Vulcan gun, 60 rounds here. Let's see how fast this will stun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Alright, and then we're just going to rapid fire this real fast. So not the fastest, so you'll probably want to mix this in with other weapons if those also can stun fast enough. Here's the double beam launcher. This can build up decent enough, which is nice. However, not going to be super reliable because you saw how much that took to stun, right? Like, you're going to have to dump on somebody. And, you're fighting at 500 where everybody has, like, instant stuns and even better stun accumulations, right? But you can charge this up and get a stun for, some decent damage, right? Fall up after, your machine gun fire, get some damage in, right? We have the Mabar funnels next, which before we get to that, I'm going to go have to show off the tackle real fast. It is just the bad tackle. If you guys are familiar with some of these counters in the game, or I should say the bad counter, right? Because they get up really fast after that counter. That specific one with the choke slam. So not the best to have. Kind of wish maybe it was, the one time I wanted to be the kick, right? Or just beam saber slash, right? Something. Now the bombard, shoot one at a time here. It is not instant stun. That is a stun accumulation based, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage unless they're really focused in on it, and I was kind of been disappointed using the bombard funnel so far. I mean, they're good for kind of setting up like a little area to work around with. I mean, that's how most barrage funnels tend to, or bombard, I should say, tend to be really useful. Stuff like the Kasatrias or the HWS New Gundam, right? The heavy weapon system New Gundam. Um, or the Traversi as well, where you can just set up an area where it's like, yeah, you go in here, you're gonna get damaged. And suit, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I mean, it is 500, so you probably don't want to do too much, right? But still a little bit disappointed using those. But I mean, hey, they can be used far away. In fact, let's go over here real fast. At least a bit away, right? And I believe you can use these while boosting as well. Yeah, that's a pretty good distance. Yep, use those while boosting. You know, you use your funnels in there if you want some damage. Unless the person is stupid enough to be just standing still, they'll typically get away from the part where the barrage will just start fucking them up, right? And now we look at the linkage here. Probably your best part of the suit here is the linkage. These will count as instant stuns. They are your only instant stuns, and they also give you some big fat damage potential. It'll be really it's a really good suppressing kind of like a tool, right? Especially using it with your machine gun. You get that instant stun, they get stunned, you're firing at them with the machine gun afterwards. I mean, if you want to throw in your double beam launcher, you can do that as well. Most people I've seen use the machine gun, but I will show the double beam launcher as well, just for those that want to see it. It doesn't last very long, but you know, you can do stuff like that. Yeah. So the NTX, it has a lot of damage potential. I've noticed from playing matches with and against it, it really has that potential to do a lot of damage. You know, a lot of suits do, if they're not checked, right? However, something that I kind of wish the suit had was a bit more stun accumulation. It is pretty easy to kind of just get really aggressive against it, to challenge it, right? However, the linkage is going to be the scary part about this suit. Is when you are fighting it, it can just stun you, and again, the damage output is actually really mean on this. This is the one thing that makes the suit, I think, really kind of gross, right? Bombard funnels, as I mentioned before, I feel a little bit disappointed using them. They haven't really netted me anything too big. Sometimes they'll give me a stun. I've seen some, matches where some people get like a lot of great damage opportunities with them, which is nice. Those still exist, right? And if you want to work within, you can probably work within the fines of like, so they're not instant stuns, right? So you could, use those to lock onto somebody and maybe get in within the beams and hope that they stun the person, when you try to fight them, right? That could be something you can do. But I mean, I'm not. The suit's not bad, right? I enjoy playing it. It's a pretty fun suit just to kind of mess around with. Nice, easy, like one of those supports that definitely wants to hang around with teammates a lot more. It's not like a suit that's, you're not sniping, right? Or you're not. I mean, obviously the term support, you want to be supporting your teammates, but there's some that can be a little bit more independent, right? This is one of the suits where I feel like you kind of want to be around people. There we go. There's a better way of putting that. I saw somebody say this has the best bombard funnels. I don't agree with that. I still think something like Asatri and HWS have better bombard. If I could play them as Traversia, maybe the Traversia would also be up there as well. I know that's something people like to use as well. Yeah, it works fine, right? I gotta play some more matches with it, and maybe if I get some pretty good teams to work with, maybe my opinion on the suit would jump a little bit higher. I still think it's pretty good, pretty fun at least, right? So I do think it's worth the roll. Just if you want to get yourself another 500 support. But yeah, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys later. Alex.